Should you go out with your friends or stay home and work on your side hustle? You can easily decide once you've answered 8 of these key questions that I'm going to share throughout this video. Number 1, which decision will you regret the least? If you choose to go out with your friends, will you regret not staying home and grinding? If you stay at home and grind, then will you regret going out and missing out on opportunities with your friends? It's basically the concept of choose your pain, choose your sacrifice. There's always that one pain point that's worse than the other, so you have to choose the pain that is a little bit better. If you decide, oh, okay, I'm fine with missing out on like going out to eat some dinner with my friends, then that's okay, you can stay home. As long as you make it count as well, you know, you gotta stay home and like do the thing that you wanted to do. Or if you just want a break from all of the grinding that you've been doing, to go out with a friend that you haven't seen in a while and catch up with them, then go ahead and do that. There's always gonna be sacrifices, so choose the sacrifice that is least risky. Number 2, which one are you currently lacking in? You could be lacking in a lot of your business work or a lot of your content that you're creating. And if you compare that to what you're lacking in social life, whether it's with socializing with friends, maybe you haven't seen a friend in a while, maybe you haven't caught up with someone, maybe you feel like your relationship has been dying down a little bit, then you have to compare these two things. Which one is worst, which one is better? The big question is, which one can wait? So the one that's most urgent has to be the one that you choose. If you really want to see your friends because you haven't seen them in like months on months, then you should probably go out with them. And if that's the case and you still need to focus on your business or whatever work you're doing and you need to get this shit done today, tonight, then you should ask that question again. Which one can wait? The third question is, are you sticking to your balance? Now we all set balances for ourselves, right? It's very individual and subjective. But the thing is, like, if we want to go out of our way to go out with our friends after a whole week of just grinding it out, then it shouldn't really destroy your balance, because I also want to prioritize my social skills and my relationships. And I'm sure you don't even have to think about it too hard. Like, everyone knows their own balance. If they're being imbalanced with playing games, scrolling on social media, they're very aware of it, you know? They're not dumb. We ain't dumb. So like, just be honest with yourself and say, okay, am I really taking this side too far or this side too far? Am I going out too much, or am I spending too much time locking myself in my room? Number 4 is, will you lose momentum if you go out today? Now these are one of the scenario questions here, because it has an if in the question. If you go out with your friends today, let's say tonight, right? Will you lose the momentum that you've been building with your business or whatever the fuck you're working on? For example, if I'm creating a batch of videos for next week and I'm really trying to get it done by tonight, but I also want to go out with my friends because they've invited me, then I have to think, like, will I lose that momentum that I've been working on? Will I lose anything really if I go out with my friends? And if the answer is yes, then you should probably stay home and, you know, finish whatever you're working on. But if the answer is no, then you go ahead. You're not going to die if you go out once. The 5th question is, will you lose opportunities to socialize if you stay home today? This is where you flip the script. If you stay home and work on your side hustle, then what kind of opportunities will you miss out? It really depends on the situation. If your friends invited you to a big dinner party, and ask yourself, are you willing to miss out on XYZ? And once again, compare it to what you are doing, the opportunity cost of you staying home. Number 6 is to ask yourself in a logical perspective, which one is more urgent? Now this is where you use your logical mindset and compare the two choices together. Which one is the most urgent? I'm saying urgent, not necessary, not the one that you most like, not the one that you would enjoy the most, like the most urgent one, you know? But at the same time, you might not realize that you've been missing out on all this time with your friends and social life. So you really need to think logically, which one have I been missing out on? Which one is most urgent right now? Now the 7th question is the same shit, but different smell. Emotionally, which one is most urgent? Which one do you feel like is most urgent for you? Which one does your heart follow? This is where you ask yourself, like, do I feel like I'm doing too much at home? Or do I feel like I'm doing too much by going out every day? This one's a pretty easy question to answer, as long as you're honest with yourself and truthful. And you say, yeah, I kind of feel like shit for, you know, going out every day all the fucking time and just missing out on my side hustle, missing out on the content that I promised to keep myself consistent with, missing out on the business that I'm trying to build. So as long as you're honest, then you'll have an answer. Or it can be like, oh, I kind of feel shit staying at home, working on the same thing repetitively every day. I still kind of need, you know, more experience to go out there and, you know, talk to people. So yeah, I feel like talking to people today might be urgent. Now, the final question is, when was the last time you went out? Because if your answer is like 3 months ago and you've been consistently in like monk mode period or whatever the fuck you're in, dude, you should really rethink your decisions, you know? I've done plenty of monk modes before. I've made videos on that, and you can tell from my old videos, me talking about my monk mode experience, like I looked like shit. Even though I felt like I was in my prime, my performance was at my peak, my physique was at my peak, like everything was great, but like my mindset was very lonely. And it sucks because I just purposely distanced myself away from my friends for like more than a month. It was hard for me to recover from that, because at the end of the day, if you go out one time, once a week, or even once a fortnight, then it's not going to kill you. It's not going to diminish your progress with your side hustle or whatever. So going out there and socializing is actually a good thing for you. So if this video helped you come to a decision, I hope you have some fun tonight, and see you in the next one.